Hello, guys. Good evening, and we are back. This again. We'll be doing a quick recap of how the trading day went. So, next say USD, as you can see, we've been bullish for a while, and I anticipated this outbreak yesterday. Recap session I was doing. You can see here price was around here. That was why I added this line here, this arrow, to indicate that I'm expecting the price to move up because I can sense after this consolidation and with respect to the 4 hour structure, it is a very high probability thing that price is breaking to the upside. And that happened and I could not take the entry because Saba was down for the prop I'm using, the prop firm account I'm using, XAUSD pairs normally close around 11 till like 1 o'clock the following day. So I just had to leave the position and that's it. And today there was reversal into the demand zone and the continuation in the bullish position, and that was very large. So that was it on XAUSD pair today. There was no particular trade on Euro USD. Euro USD so far the 4 hour structure is still valid. We broke higher here again to the upside, and that move started from this low to this high here. Price has been within it, make a little reversal into the demand zone, and it's going up probably to form a new higher high. And on the 1 hour time frame today, there is nothing like an entry. I'll limit my execution entry to a 1 hour because I have a very huge drawdown on my account presently, and as you know, it's a prop firm account, so I'm trying to reduce the number of trades I take, and trying to do that is why I'm trading the 1 hour time frame because there will be more less entry compared to the 15-minute time frame, and the less positions I'm in, the less losses I'm liable to have. You get looking at the USD pair, on the 4 hour time frame here, we are still bullish on USD. The price is a little bearish today till there's a close of candle below this low. On USD there was supposed to be a bearish movement, and that was what was really happening, but it was not that large because XXS USD today happens to be very bullish, and looking at USD the reverse should be the case, but this particular confirmation entry here was doing well, did 1:1 enough to break even, then you can see went the other way around, but this move right here is enough to break even on this particular entry. So there was no trade on USD for me today. On GBP card on the 4 hour, as you can see, we've been bearish from this move here. We've kept the range for a while, and on the 1 hour time frame, there's this entry here that I could not take because of my position on USD shelf. As you can see, it's doing perfectly well, didn't go up to 1:3, but at least the position is still very valid, and there is a probability that it's still going to come down and take out the first partial and the second one also, which is at 1:5. Like I said, I'm not in this position. This is just a markup I did. On GBBUD, we also bearish, and throughout the day, there was no confirmation for a sell position, so there was no trade on GBBUD also. And on the AED if you remember this particular entry of the 15-minute time frame, it happens to be a nice one, and I took I took my profit here because of this particular entry. I took up the 15-minute time frame that ran into a loss, so I had to close the two positions here. And as you can see, if the position was open, the movement was enough to do up to 1:5, which is very good. And this particular one was an even position that I took yesterday. Aside that, there was no trade on ADA today, but there was that strong bullish move on GBP USD. On the 4 hour time frame, we are still bullish, and on the 1 hour, I was still looking for confirmation to take a buy. There was none today. The only engulfing that formed here didn't really take out. Oh wow, it took out the previous low of the black candle, and it could have been a nice entry, but this candle here were too large for an entry. It was not too large, that's like 16 pips, and wow, it's it's a very nice entry. It should do up to 1 ratio 3 then. And by the way, there's another one forming here, though it's almost the close of the market. But if this candle did close above it, this is a very nice entry to take another buy position also. On USD card today, you can see this markup did really well, did 1 ratio 3, obviously did 1 ratio 5. And this was another entry. This really formed earlier than I expected. I was waiting for price to come up to this level. But because of the position I had on USD shape, I could not take this entry. I was up the chart, so I was not really monitoring the chart for an entry, and that really came in well. This is the ideal position I used to talk about. The candles are just falling one after the other, and did 1:5 before any reversal. As you can see, that's 1:3 around there. Did 1:5, did almost 1:6, but this is 1:5 here, and it's very valid. So the particular position I took today was on USD CHF. We broke to the upside here on the 4 hour time frame. We did close above this high that was responsible for this break to the downside. This candle did close above it, breaking us to the upside, and within that moment, I saw an entry here on the 1 hour time frame confirming the buy. So I took a buy of this. It was going pretty well, ran enough to break even. Another entry formed again after that. I took a buy of that too, and that ran into a loss. Also took me out of the first position, but that was an even position, and came lower to break below the protected low, because this low is not the protected low. It's power the move that closed above this high. We formed a new higher high here because this candle did close above the previous high here, and that's another break of structure to the downside. So throughout next week, or let me say during the early days of the next trading week, we'll be looking to see bearish opportunities on USD CHF. Oh, this is 1 year. This is 1 year. It's almost the close of the the market, but that's one right there, and that's good enough to take a sell. So thank you for joining this recap session. That's the brief recap of the trading today. I just happen to have an even position and a loss on USD CHF, while there are some fantastic positions on USD card that I could not take. It's inevitable for you to leave money on the table. As far as you're trading, you won't always be in every position. So thank you for joining. I hope to see you next week Monday. That's the first trading day of the week, 7:30 a.m. West